Wanted to make sure I showed you all what I won last Saturday. This patio set, 6 chairs, a glass table. I already had this top, but there's a black awning top that goes with it. So I just wanted to make sure I showed you all that. I know I've taken pictures of them, but yeah, I won that. I'm just going to walk through my garden now. That is the satellite dish. That, of course, is my hammock. Remember me saying that we had an explosion from the main power station? Well, they are still working on it. If you can see, there's a small Caterpillar backhoe down there with a generator hooked up to it, and they're still digging on both sides. I really do not have any idea what happened. We do have electricity. It was fixed by 10 o'clock that night, but they are still repairing the power station that's down there, and that is exactly what that is. So I thought you might like to see. It's a dull day. It's, of course, 5 o'clock in the afternoon now. I uploaded the first part of my Thursday weigh-in video already. You know, the good, the bad, the ugly video. Well, this is a little bit more. So guys, as you can see, I am just out here outside, and I'm getting ready. Another hour and a half before I go to my Weight Watchers meeting, and I just kind of been relaxing a little bit. I've had 2 cups of coffee today, one for breakfast and one for lunch. My lunch consists of Weetabix with flaxseed and 1 cup of milk and 1 small portion of banana. My breakfast was, of course, 1 clementine and 1 green apple with a cup of coffee. And daily requirements of carbs, as I said, are between 4 and 9. The minimum of 4, the maximum of 9. Each carbohydrate unit consists of 15 grams of carbohydrates. So in order for you to maintain energy, which is what you get from carbohydrates, a diabetic needs to have these portions in units of carbohydrates. So I am trying not to go over 9. I'm trying to have the ones that are with a low glycemic index, that's low GI, which makes for a slow release in your body and will release over a general slow amount of time, and are not like the starchy potatoes, pasta, wheat-based products like rice, corn, all those things that release as a high or medium high GI and glycemic index. Those sorts of carbohydrates, such as bread, any type of bread, no matter what, they will release at a high rate and cause your sugar to go boom, really high. And then, of course, after just a little while, it'll go boom with a low crash. And being a diabetic, you do not want that. In bits and spurts, I'm going to tell you what I've learned. I hope you enjoy that, and stay tuned to see if I've lost, if I've gained, if I've maintained, how I've really done. Okay, guys? See how beautiful those sunflowers are? Amazing. And maybe I've zoomed in enough for you to see. Can you imagine that that is an electrical station in between those 2 little buildings, and how they've been working on that all day long? You're probably seeing me at too much of a zoom. Da, 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 da. I've zoomed back out now, so hopefully you can see me. Yay! And I'll turn around and maybe you can see what I won. It is awesome. I won that. Can you believe I won that last Saturday? I think that is quite amazing. So, what am I going to get into now? You can't see my inside my greenhouse, can you? I've got everything ready inside my greenhouse. Flowering pots, compost, all that stuff. So, alright guys, for real. I'll see you at my Weight Watchers meeting. I'll indeed see you at my Weight Watchers meeting. God bless. Hi guys, it's me, Ctrygirl555, Tina, on my way to Weight Watchers. And it's really cooled off. It's really nice outside. And I just thought I would come on and isn't that a beautiful church? Amazing. It's like 400 years old and more. Not as much traffic this Thursday evening. Wonder where everybody's got to. It only takes like a minute 30 seconds at the most to get down here. Worst thing you have to watch out is cars like that absolutely do the speed limit crazy. That's the building I'm going to, the Welcome Inn. To get across here as well because people walking and different things. Not that many people down here tonight, so I'll actually get a parking spot closer. Last week, because the bottom building is of course the pub, and there were extremely a lot of people out in the pub. It was quite full last week. I didn't get a very good parking place. I had to park way back over in there, actually. Which, as you can see, not many people here this week. I wonder why. Break for the kids, summer break for the kids is one reason. Oh, and I see a lot of people going in and out. Of course, it's about 6:40, and I come a little bit late because I don't want all of the people standing in the way of all the people. And it just suits me better to do that. That's why sometimes I sit in my car and things. The seagulls are here. I'm going to the beach this weekend and I'll see enough seagulls, but they are actually flying all over the place right now. As we know, this morning when I woke up, I weighed 292 pounds, 0.8. After lunch, I still weighed 292.8 pounds. Just weighed now on my scale. I'm trying to see if this Weight Watcher scale is in fact right with my scale. So I weighed exactly 292. So let's see how it goes. Hello.
Oh yeah, hello.
Great. Hi guys, it's Tina. I'm just out of my Weight Watchers meeting. It was a great meeting. I lost 1.5 pounds. Yes, there is a discrepancy with my scale at home. I won't say there's a discrepancy with the Weight Watchers scale, as it is health board affiliated and has to be checked weekly. Although I don't like that it sits on carpet and that is the way it's weighed. However, that said, you know, when I went in the door, I said my today's last weigh was 292.0. Right. Her scale weighed me at 292.11.5. With that said, that is a 2.5 pound difference. Had my scale and her scale weighed exactly the same, I would have lost 4 pounds. Just like I told my husband before I left. I said if the scales are correct to each other, I would have lost 4 pounds this week. Because the scales are not in line with each other, I did lose 1.5 pounds. I am ecstatic with that because I gained 6 pounds last week, and the week before I had lost 6 pounds. Right. That being said, I know I've lost inches because we all know I've lost inches. Everybody knows I lost inches. I've measured, I've lost inches. And more than 12 to 15 inches I've lost. I know this. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with only losing 1.5 pounds this week. And I eat healthy. I could have had more water, but as my weight went up through the week, I got the water in and got those pounds off. Because like I said, I had gained 5 pounds overnight from water retention. I always know when that happens, and I try to drink as much water as possible to get rid of that. Now today I've had 2 cups of coffee. I've had a bottle of water. Now I carry a bottle everywhere I go. I had the 1.5 liters of water that I fixed this morning. I drank half of that, so to keep my body going and flowing right through the day. Just because I eat perfectly right all week, some days I had low eating days, which is not good for me. Because of being a bigger person, burning calories, exercising, this and that, she told me that I need to eat my calories. And as you know, by my postings every day, that some days I had 23, some days I had 33, some days I had 40, some days I had 41, some days I had 27. And I keep all those trackers to go back and see when I did good, when I did not so good. I am now counting my units of carbs. Because I've always thought of a carb, and I asked my Weight Watcher instructor tonight, I said, when you think about a carb, what do you think of? She said bread, pasta, potatoes, rice, things like that. And I showed her my hand. I went like this. I said, do you think that this is a carbohydrate? She said, no, it's a fruit. I said, did you know that this has 15 carbohydrates in it? And we are allowed from 4 to 9 carbohydrates a day, units. 1 unit of carbs is actually 15 grams of carbohydrates. If we stick to 4, minimum of 4, maximum of 9, we'll do well. I have only eaten 2 meals today. I have only used 7 points today, 7 pro points, and I have used 7 units of carbohydrates. 7 units of carbohydrates. Every single bite has been in my mouth, has been weighed exactly. So I know for the rest of the night, my meal has to be protein. And I can get protein anywhere from all my meats, my fishes, my prawns, my shrimp, my gammon, my bacon, my whatever is low fat, tuna, whatever. Although be wary of the tuna that has mixes in them, because those mixes do have carbs in them. Right, I have had 1 clementine. I've had 1 green apple. I've had 1 cup of coffee. I've had 2 Weetabix. I've had 15 grams of flaxseed or linseed for fiber. I have had 1 very small banana. And I have had 1 cup of skim milk. Those all calculate up to only being 7 pro points. And my daily total of pro points is 45. And that totals up to being 7 units of carbs. So 7 times 15 is around 15 times 7, 35, 85 grams of carbohydrates I have in my body today, and I've only eaten 7 pro points. Hardly any fat at all. Most of that is fruit. So I really do need to check myself, put the protein back into my diet. You know, I told you 2 weeks ago I was going to try this thing with the fruit because it has the lower glycemic index. It releases slow. It will give me energy, and I can go through my day without having highs and lows, drops, ups and downs, like peaks and mountains of sugar ups and downs. I've tried it for 2 weeks. I still agree that 4 and only 4 pieces of fruit or 4 portions of fruit a day is all that I can afford to take in. And sometimes less than that. I will definitely need to take in more protein. And you all sitting out there listening to me know that protein is how we lose weight. But we also do a big fat no-no on our kidneys. And we also do bad things to our bodies when we don't have food from all food groups. Now, me not eating bread and potatoes and pastas and things like that because they're carbohydrates is because I'm carbohydrate sensitive, and because it shoots my sugar so high. I proved this the other morning with eating 2 very small slices of whole wheat germ Hobus toast. And, of course, I had a sandwich, a bacon. It was toasted, had bacon and tomato on it, and extra light mayo on it. It was the first time I had mayo in donkey's months, okay? So, that sent my sugar way up. It was way, way, way over 10. It sent me into a sugar, what do you call it? A sugar spell. That's what I had. I had a sugar spell, right? And my sugar spell consists of cold skin, cold to the touch, profuse sweating, distortion of thinking, not clear, And you know it happened. You've seen it happen. I showed you in the video and everything else. So we all know that I am carbohydrate sensitive, and those starchy, high sugar carbohydrates that are made with wheat and flour and gluten and things like that, I cannot have. So I substitute by having the low glycemic carbohydrates, which are found in fruit. But I can't have too many. You can have too many. And those people out there who are saying that you can't have too many, you got to be wrong. You need to recheck it, because you know, your kidneys aren't functioning properly. You're not feeling well. There's got to be something wrong. Maybe you got too much energy. Maybe you don't have enough. Maybe you can't go to sleep. Maybe you can't wake up. Maybe you're tired. There's got to be something going on when you have too much of something. Everything in moderation, and I've stopped at my 7 units right now, and the food that I have for the rest of the night will be 0 carbohydrates, because I can't afford to have any more. I have plenty of energy, as you can tell. I feel fabulous, but I am really going to try to keep this at the minimum and learn from what I've learned. I taught my Weight Watchers teacher something tonight, and she actually thanked me for it, and that was amazing. She was all smiles, and then that sent her into another tale to all of the other members of the group with their sugars and why they crave sugars and different things like that, and having too many carbs like in chocolate and things like that. One little bitty square of chocolate is enough. You don't need to eat a whole bar, because then you'll crave more and you'll crave more and you'll crave more. Carbohydrates are foods that make you crave and crave and crave and crave. Proteins are foods that sustain you and help you maintain or stave off that hunger. Now, I know that I've talked a little bit much. I have still lost 5 stones. I've still lost 71 pounds, 71.5 pounds in total in 16 months and 28 days. And for that, I am blessed by God above, and blessed in my heart, and blessed by my friends. And that, my friends, is indeed how we roll. That is indeed how we roll. I'm keeping up with my inch challenge. I will not falter with that. I wanted to do a halfway, which is coming up. You know, Monday is the 1st of August. And on the 1st of September with Diana's challenge will be the last day. So I wanted to inch measure at the halfway mark, and then again at the end to see where I'm at. So I retallied this afternoon, and I am at about a 15-inch loss all around. And I think that is absolutely amazing. And I am a Weight Watchers challenge tonight, a 7-week challenge to lose as much as you can, but the goal for the meeting was to lose 1 pound a week, which is 7 pounds. And of course there's prizes and something that we're going to link chains and things like that all together in order to it's a big story. More to come later, guys. That's how we roll. God bless you all. I pray for you in hopes that you'll pray for me. And take care. God bless. I love you.